Check out how I used my home studio to create the spec ad for Siete. For the opening shot, I wanted the Siete bag to rotate and then explode, revealing a bunch of the puffs. To make this happen, I put the bag on a turntable and set the scene in the foreground with a Mexican pattern towel, a bowl of the puffs, and various ingredients. For my lighting, overhead lights are off. I used two Aperture MT Pro tube lights as the key and fill and filmed against the Thunder Gray seamless backdrop paper from Savage. I recorded a few rotations, and this is what the raw in-camera shot looked like. Next, I needed to record the puffs exploding out of the bag.
What I want to do is fling these up and then hopefully in slow motion capture them exploding. Since I am still rocking a Canon 70D, the highest frame rate it has is only 50 FPS, so at this point an iPhone is going to be better than the DSLR, so I'm going to have John come down to help me. So we're just
you're gonna throw them up in the air?
Yeah.
You should scoot over.
What I'm gonna need you to do is hold it at a top-down angle above these lights because you don't want to be blocking it. And you're just gonna hold it steady, and I'm just gonna go for it, and hopefully that these kind of like come up towards it.
This ended up taking a lot of takes.
So squat and explode it. Okay, let's go.
But in the end, we captured one that I felt could work in the final edit. I would have loved a crispier slow motion clip, which is why I feel it's time to upgrade my camera. By my next video, I'll be filming with a Canon R5C and will have a much nicer way of capturing super slow-mo shots at 120 FPS in 4K. This effect took a bit of editing, but essentially I created 2 layers of the bag, each masking out either the top or bottom half. I keyframed the 2 halves to move out of the frame, from the top and bottom respectively, and dropped in the slow-mo puff shot below these bag layers. I keyframed the edges so they were only poking out once that section of the bag revealed them, and then faded them out to transition to the next shot. And here's how it looked in the final edit. Okay, on to the next shot. I wanted the 2 main flavors of the puffs, chili and lime, to have a scene where the ingredients are showcased. I filmed a few rotations of the chili pepper rotating on the turntable. Here's what the raw clip looked like. For the next shot, I originally wanted to do an effect where the lime looked like it slices itself into wedges.
For the second shot, I'm going to basically be doing the same thing as the chili pepper, except this time using a lime, and the only difference with the lighting setup is I added this Aperture MC light just to help illuminate a little bit underneath the curvature of the lime. It should just help it stand out from the background that much more and be easier to key out in post.
My plan was to film the full lime rotating and then film a second shot as a match cut where the wedges would separate and fall.
So what I'm gonna do is cut the lime now into wedges, and the idea will be to then hold it on the toothpick just like last time, and then as soon as I move my finger away, hopefully the lime separates. So it looks like when we cut from the full lime to this next shot, it's cutting itself. I need to switch to a better knife. This feels like a kid's knife, it's so dull.
Since I always want this channel to show the real POV of a shoot, you can see how that plan went.
Now that I have the cut lime into wedges, what I'm gonna try, keyword try to do here, is hold the lime together at the top, and then when I let go, I'm hoping they all separate, so it looks like it kind of like slices itself. Trying to hold this lime together is really difficult. I think it's because I made the mistake of cutting the core out. I think I should have left this little piece in there because it would help keep all the wedges at like an even height. All right, I'm pretty sure that these 2 go together. Okay. Oh my god, if only people knew what goes into making an ad. Like, bro, what am I even doing right now? You couldn't tell, this is way more difficult than it looks. Did we get it? I don't know. We're gonna check. Do it again as a safety. It wasn't a terrible shot, but it definitely wasn't exactly what I had in mind. I might even try only doing the front three. It's just way easier to hold. Oh fuck, dude, I wasn't recording on that one. Cool, bro. All right, that was a rookie mistake. We'll just do it again. One thing though, I'm definitely starting to get really good at this line puzzle. Yes, that's what I was looking for. Ew, these are getting kind of gross. Who wants limes?
After all that, I decided to scrap the shot. The background didn't key cleanly as the wedges separated from each other, and overall the shot just wasn't looking the way I intended. Moving forward, I'm going to start buying colored backdrops specific to each product shoot instead of relying on keying out a green or black screen. I pivoted the scene a bit and instead grabbed 2 stock images of limes in addition to the full lime picture I took while on set. I keyframed these to fall alongside the chili pepper in a split screen and think it still got the job done. Now for the flying chip shot.
I have set this aperture MC light to a slightly warmer color temperature to help emphasize the orangey yellow color to the chili lime chips. And I'm just gonna record a few rotations now. So the shot was heavily inspired by one of Daniel Schiffer's videos. Definitely love the content that he creates and take a lot of inspiration from that. So the shot is from one of his flying chip technique videos. I'm gonna do mine slightly different, but at least for the shot, it's pretty similar to how he set his up with the hot glued chip to the toothpick and then on top of a sponge.
And here's the raw clip. In post, I drew a mask around the puff to eliminate the toothpick. Then I keyframed the rising and falling motion and added a warm ember background. Next, the falling chip bowl shot.
Now I'm gonna take the same chip that was on the rotation, stand on the stool to get above this bowl filled with chips, flick it so it'll hopefully land right in the center of this bowl where I pulled focus. And then when we cut those 2 clips together, it should look like that chip is rotating and falling and landing perfectly in the bowl. So I know we need to slightly get a little bit of a flick. You don't want it to just come straight down. So I need it to actually have some type of little rotation as it lands. Ooh, that looked perfect. Let me see how it looked in camera. Yeah, we're gonna roll with that. That was cool.
Back in post, I keyframed this shot to rise up as the chip flying clip lands in the bowl. For the second to last shot, I used a clip from the intro, but this time with the bag stationary. I ended up adding in a photo of the bag since it was a sharper image than what my camera recorded. Lastly, I made an outro graphic by adding the Siete logo to the stock wooden background and keyframed images of all 3 flavors to slide into the frame. And that's a wrap. While there were a couple of speed bumps, I was happy with the shoot and final product overall. I am pumped to upgrade my gear in the coming weeks because I genuinely believe it'll help take my content up a level. Stay tuned for a gear upgrade video next, and as always, I appreciate you guys for checking out my videos.